Good morning. It's Sunday, the 15th of September. Well, now with some of the rest of the day's news, here's Roger.
Luxmy, thank you very much indeed. We're going to start with that story that's breaking, surely. It's very glamorous.
Health and safety first. Oh, definitely. Now, the time's coming up to 18 minutes past 6. It's time to have a look at the weather forecast, and Sarah's got a beautiful sunrise picture behind you. Morning, Sarah.
Morning.
Sarah, thank you. A little bit of summery weather still to come. Thank you.
Nice, isn't it? 21 minutes past 6 now. Those are the front pages of the Sunday papers, or at least some of them on this Sunday morning. We're going to talk sculpture now at 25 past 6. A huge new sculpture, which has been 16 years in the making, has finally been unveiled on the Sheffield and Tinsley Canal in South Yorkshire. Yes,
the looped canal boat is 13 metres long and 6 metres high. It's been designed to celebrate the heritage of the canal, as our reporter Kathy Killick has been finding out.
Chetan, thank you. We'll get more from you in an hour's time.
But now, with the time just past 6:36, it's time for the travel show. Now, the time's coming up to 4 minutes past 7 on this Sunday morning. Time to take a look at some of the day's other news now from Roger. And Roger, you're starting with that warning from UEFA.
Yes, a letter, Luxmy, sent to the culture secretary. Possibly colourful, isn't it? And glamorous.
Very, very glamorous, very colourful. Speaking of which, we're going to Sarah now for a look at this morning's weather. And Sarah, can't help but notice that the weather pictures you've chosen are very well coordinated with your outfit.
Oh, it's not just through.
Sarah, thank you. We'll speak to you a little bit later.
20 past 7 now. The 20 zones make people frustrated. We had lots of emails this morning. Mike's emailed, he's talking about Porthcawl, particular road, went from 30 to 20. He says we now see cars overtake. Sarah, thank you very much indeed. Accurate weather forecast and accurate time check as well. Brilliant, thank you. Just Sunday though, right?
Well, I think we should check with Sarah because she's the only one awake.
It's not like we haven't got a clock in front of us, is it?
All the sequins, all the confetti, lovely bit of sparkle on this Sunday morning.
Very exciting, isn't it? Carol did Strictly, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She was brilliant.
Outstanding, I thought. You've not had a call yet, Sarah.
Oh. And Sarah for another forecast later this morning. But now, a leading end-of-life charity says care across the West Midlands is fragmented and too many people are dying alone and without dignity. More than 100,000 people a year die in the UK lacking proper palliative care. According to a major report by Marie Curie, 1 in 3 aren't getting the pain relief they need in the last week of life. There's also some nervousness about hospice funding, as at the moment, 30% of running costs come from the government. We'll be joined by the head of Hospice UK in a moment. But Laura May McMullen has been talking to one woman from Solihull who's experienced the best and the worst of palliative care. And just to warn you, her report contains some sensitive images. Talking about it more is part of the way to help then? Because
yes.
Do you think there is still that taboo or stigma around it?
Palliative care can last a long time, and it's not just drug-assisted, is it?
That's right. I mean, the biggest myth...
The Department for Health and Social Care said earlier this year it had made more than £350 million available to hospices since 2020 and has provided £60 million in additional funding.
Yeah.
Just earlier this morning on breakfast, we heard about...
have optimism in that case, because people will know hospices have to raise so much of their running costs themselves. Are you optimistic, therefore, that your funding might be secured and could even be increased?
I think
something positive to come out of what was a difficult time for them and a lot of the other residents affected.
Yeah, and they say it's bad luck for the groom to see the bride's dress before the wedding, but I think they've had enough bad luck.
They've had enough. It doesn't count in their case.
No, exactly. Right, let's have a look at the weather. Final time for us this morning. See how it's looking. Sarah, good morning. We've had some lovely photographs this morning, haven't we?
Haven't we? Yeah. Thank you, Sarah, for some nice, good news weather-wise. Thank you.
A little bit of summer clinging on.
Yeah, last gasp of summer. The Bluebell ward at the hospital, it was valuable for you at the time, and it still is, because Harry still goes there. What's your message to them? Because obviously that's what you're doing all this for today. Have you got a message for them?
From us, thank you very much for your company. We were on BBC One, we've been on BBC Two, we've been on the BBC News channel. We hope you've been with us the whole way through.
Have you been paying attention to that? There we go. We'll be back tomorrow from 6. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye-bye.